Track under early light lanes till
Thanks, the railings
empty.
got me.
The session written on the watch
nice pace.
intervals, waiting patiently. No crowd here, no
Gorgeous
finish
view today,
tape,
huh?
just
Couldn't ask
distance
for better.
divided
5.2?
into effort.
Right on target. Days like this make the miles easy. Let's keep coming.
The first rep always feels easy. The body curious about the rhythm stride, finding old mechanics. Breath control, the road still negotiable. But training isn't one moment. Not 1 mile, not one surge. Progress arrives slowly, rep by rep. Rep by rep, the runner builds, not loudly, not quickly, just effort stacked carefully until the legs learn again. The middle reps ask harder questions, fatigue begins its argument. Stride tightens, breath sharpens, the watch still counting. Speed is easy once disciplined, when quitting would be simpler. Rep by rep, the runner stays through doubt, through fatigue, through small battles. No one sees the work continues. The last rep never looks pretty, but it teaches the most. Rep by rep, the runner grows, not perfect, not heroic, just returning to effort again and again and again. The track empties, but the work remains. Not every pace arrives quickly. Some rhythms take years. Morning miles without witnesses, evening runs after long days. The watch records, but the road knows more. Years ago I chased numbers, split times, felt urgent but distant. Changes ambition, longevity, just the rhythm. Speed was loud, but patience lasts longer. Some runners rush improvement, others let miles teach slowly. Progress rarely shouts, a pace built slowly doesn't break, it grows through repetition, through quiet miles, through ordinary days, until the stride becomes home. Recovery became training, holding back became wisdom. Progress hides inconsistency in showing up when nothing demands it. Anyone can run fast once, but building pace takes patience, years, not weeks. A pace built slowly moves deeper, not louder, not rushed, just steady through seasons, through distance, through time. Speed impresses, patience The watch still measures every mile. Numbers appear without emotion. Once they were faster, easy to claim. Now the road asks patience. The body negotiates with distance. Stride adjusted, breath steadier. Years pass quietly through training cycles. Intervals, long runs, ordinary mornings. Speed changed, but something refused to disappear. Not the speed of youth, not the reckless early miles, but another rhythm learned slowly through staying. The speed that stayed is quieter, not chasing seconds, not proving anything, just knowing how to move through miles that matter. The younger runner rushed the road today. I read it, fatigue, terrain, breath, signals once ignored. Longevity rewrites success, speed fades, experience remains. And the road recognizes both. The speed that stayed lives inside every decision, every adjustment. Not louder, not faster, but wiser through distance. Some speed belongs to you. Some speed belongs to patience. Some speed belongs to you. Some speed belongs to patience. The speed that stayed is not measured by the watch, but by the miles still waiting ahead. The numbers changed, but the runner didn't stop. Somewhere in memory there's a rhythm, light step, steady breath. Miles opened easily when I asked. Splits lined up without resistance. Back then running felt simpler. The watch still counts, but the body answers differently. Recovery speaks more often, pacing changed. Longevity rewrote the rules, but the rhythm never vanished. Sometimes on certain mornings I feel it briefly, the pace I remember moving through my stride. The pace I remember doesn't disappear. It waits inside the miles, not demanding, not chasing, just reminding who ran before. The younger runner chased seconds. Today I chase years, miles that last longer than one result. Consistency over speed. The rhythm returns in quiet moments when the road feels familiar, not the same, but close enough. The pace I remember runs beside me, sometimes ahead, sometimes behind, but always part of the runner I became. Speed fades, but rhythm learns to stay. inside the breath, inside the stride. Not faster, just deeper through years of running. The road continues, and somewhere inside it that pain remains. Somewhere back there, a faster version of me exists. Different stride, lighter brain. Miles used to open when I asked, splits answered without negotiation. Back then, speed felt normal. Today the road feels different. The watch still counts, but the body asks questions. Pacing change, recovery matters. Longevity rewrote the contract. But sometimes on certain miles I feel it just ahead. The ghost of my PR still running that old rhythm. The ghost of my PR runs beside me, not mocking, not waiting, just reminding who I was and who I still might be. The younger runner chased numbers. Today I chase staying, miles that last years, not minutes. Consistency over speed. The ghost never fades, it appears on good days, quietly pulling one stride forward. The ghost of my PR still moves through memory, through muscle, not demanding, just present in every honest mile. It was never a rival. Maybe it was always a reminder. The ghost of my PR doesn't haunt, it guides. Not faster, just farther, through years, through miles, through patience. Somewhere ahead I still see the runner. The run hasn't started yet. Shoes still by the door. The road outside unchanged, but the decision already happened. Before the watch, before the pace, before the first step. Running doesn't create identity, it reveals it. The quiet choice to show up again, even when nothing waits. No crowd, no result. Anyone can run once. Motivation is temporary, but consistency's a decision made long before. Identity is chosen before the run, before the miles, before the sweat, before the doubt. A runner is built in the moment they decide to go. Some chase speed, some chase distance, some chase silence. The road accepts them all, but the runner already knows why. They tie the shoes so progress rarely looks heroic. Just ordinary days, repeating patience over spectacle, longevity over noise. Identity is chosen before the run, not by pace, not by applause, but by returning again and again. The world sees the miles, but the runner knows the moment before the door that mattered most. Identity is chosen before the run, before the watch starts counting, before the road opens. A runner was already decided. Before the first step, the runner already existed. rhythm. Nothing dramatic, just showing up. The body tired from yesterday's miles, the mind already considering shortcuts. Another ordinary run. Years ago, speed was the focus. Splits decided how the day felt. Now distance changes the priorities. Longevity demands restraint. Pacing matters, ego fades. Consistency builds the runner. Most runs stay invisible. No applause for discipline. Just quiet miles stacked together. Morning effort, evening recovery. Running slowly writes identity. Then suddenly a mile changed by words. A voice from the edge of the road. Nothing complex, nothing loud, just keep going. And the stride found life again. Recovery taught a quieter strength. Holding back is also progress. Progress rarely looks impressive, but the road recognizes patience. The runner learns staying is its own victory. Many miles no one notices. Early alarms, late evening runs. Invisible effort, slow evolution. The road records every return. And again, a mile changed by words. A simple voice, nice run. Not heroic, not loud, but enough to carry the next mile. Running is mostly silence, brief steps, wind, but sometimes one sentence breaks through. Fatigue, a mile changed by words. Distance softened, doubt stepped aside. A tired runner found rhythm again. Not faster, just farther. One word, 1 mile. The run continues. Another run without witnesses. Shoes on asphalt, steady but slow. No race ahead, no urgency. Just a quiet habit of showing up. The legs remember yesterday's fatigue. The mind suggests a shorter route. Negotiations begin. Years ago, pace was everything. Seconds mattered, splits defined the day. Now distance speaks differently. Longevity rearranged the rules. Restraint guides the stride. Consistency writes the story. Most miles live unseen. No headlines for returning. Just quiet effort day after day. Identity forming through repetition. Running is mostly staying. Then it happened. The runner heard it. A voice from somewhere near the road. Not loud, not dramatic, just enough to move a tired stride forward. Recovery days taught patience. Holding back became discipline. Progress hides inside restraint. The road rewards those who The runner hears it, and the road changes. Fatigue softens, distance opens. Not faster, just farther. One voice, one stride. The run continues. Some runs begin without conviction, shoes tied, but the mind still negotiating. The body remembers yesterday's fatigue, a quiet debate between staying and stepping outside. The clock says go, but the will hesitates. Years ago I chased seconds, split times, measured everything. Now the numbers feel distant, pacing, change, restraint replaced impulse. Longevity quietly rewrote the rules. No one waits for this run, no crowd expects it. Just another morning, another road. Consistency unnoticed, miles stacking in silence. Identity built slowly. But sometimes one voice matters. A single word cuts through the doubt. Not loud, not dramatic, just enough to shift a runner forward. Recovery days teach patience. Progress hides inside repetition. Most miles look ordinary, but ordinary is where staying happens. Where runners are quietly formed. No headlines for discipline, no medals for returning tomorrow. But the road keeps record of every time I showed up, even when no one noticed. Then suddenly one voice matters. A simple keep going from the side of the road, and the distance ahead no longer feels so heavy. Running is mostly conversation with yourself, but every now and then someone interrupts the doubt, and the road opens again. Because sometimes voice matters more than pace, more than pride. Just enough to remind a runner why he stayed. One voice, one step, the run continues. Some days running feels unnecessary. No race, no record, waiting ahead. Just a quiet morning and a pair of shoes, and a long list of reasons to skip today. Heavy legs, busy hours, maybe tomorrow. That sentence almost wins. I'm not the runner I used to be. The speed is different, the body knows, but something still settles when the shoes tighten. Ego steps aside, pace slows down. Breathing finds rhythm, and somehow I'm ready again. I'm not the loud kind of runner, no podium, no spotlight, but I know the miles nobody counts. The mornings no one sees, consistency, quiet work, that's where this runner lives. Your cheer pushed my back forward, just a simple voice from somewhere behind. Not about speed, not about winning, but suddenly my feet remember why I still run. Sometimes I remember old splits, the version of me that moved faster. But today is different, today is restrained. A longer road requires patience, longevity over glory. Invisible effort, slow progress, no applause for staying. But running has a way of bringing me back to myself. And sometimes one small voice is enough. Your cheer came like wind, soft but undeniable, not louder than the road, but strong enough to move a tired runner forward. Running is quiet most of the time, long stretches inside your own mind. But sometimes from the side of the road a voice appears, nice run, and that changes the day. Your cheer pushed my back forward, and somehow I kept moving, not faster, just farther. And today that's enough for a runner like me. One voice, one step, one more mile. There were years I ran faster, there were days I ran far. There were races that felt like I'd outrun who we are. Crowds at the finish, numbers on screen, proof for a moment of what it could mean. Back then it felt like the title was earned, when the stopwatch agreed and the effort had burned. But time changes frames and miles explain. Now some runs are slower, some shorter too. Some start with doubt before they're through. No crowd waiting at the final bend, no record broken to recommend. Just breath and road and steady shoes, and the quiet choice I still refuse to stop, to leave. A runner isn't made by the fastest day, not by the medal or what crowds say. A runner is built in smaller ways, in ordinary returning days, when motivation fades but you still go. I'm always a runner, not just when I win, not just when the miles feel light within. I'm always a runner even when pace is slower now than another phase. I'm always a runner because I choose to lace the shoes I could refuse. Some seasons strong, some seasons thin, some weeks feel like starting again. But something deeper still remains, a rhythm built through quiet lanes. Not chasing youth, not chasing fame, just stay inside the longer game. And that alone means something. Speed can fade, that's honest truth, but running isn't owned by youth. It lives in choice, in showing up, in filling one more cup of effort, breath, and patience I'm always a runner, even tonight on quiet roads without the light. I'm always a runner, not defined by the watch or finish line. I'm always a runner because I stay when easier paths pull away. One day the pace may fall again, legs a little heavier now and then. But if I'm still stepping out the door, still feeling that familiar pull, then the title holds no matter the speed. I'm always a runner, that's the truth, not locked inside a moment of you. I'm always a runner, year by year, through quiet miles and changing gear. I'm always a runner, still becoming, still choosing, still running. Not the fastest, still a runner.
Some runners chase a finish line, a single day, a single time, a number carved into a chart, proof of speed, a racing start. I used to think that was the goal, one perfect race, one shining roll. But seasons passed and lives explained that staying here was something gained. Not one big win, not one loud claim. Tuesday miles, a steady pace, no medals waiting at that place. Just quiet roads and tired shoes and choices I could still refuse. No cameras when the weather's cold, no headline when the effort's old. Just breathing in the open air and knowing why I'm still out there. Not chasing proof, just choosing path. Forever in training, that's a frame. Not one big moment, not one name. Forever in training, year by year, learning patience, learning clear. Not finished forming, not complete, still discovering my stride and feet. Forever in training, that's my lane. Not a flash, not a flame. Forever in training, still alive, still adjusting, still in stride. Forever in training, that's the truth. Not just speed, but lasting youth. Forever in training, that's the truth. Not just speed, but lasting youth. The younger me ran reckless miles, quick recoveries, careless smiles. No thought of years beyond the race, just proving strength in brutal pace. Now I see a wider frame, a longer rhythm to the game. Some runs are strong, some simply stay, but both still count along the way. Not every mile must feel heroic. Training isn't just a track, it's learning when to hold back, when to push and when to slow, when to listen to the flow. It's watching seasons change their tone, yet keeping rhythm of your own. It's quiet work, the work and see that slowly shapes who you will be. Forever in training, not for show, just another mile to go. Forever in training, still the same, yet different in the longer game. Forever in training, day by day, not finished, but finding the way. One day speed will fade a bit, splits won't match the younger fit. But if I'm still lacing shoes, still choosing roads I didn't lose, then something deeper still remains. A life measured in quiet gains, not finished, not retired, just continuing. Forever in training, that's the art. An open road, an open heart. Forever in training, still becoming, still learning, still running. Forever in training, that's my way. Not a chapter, but the story I choose trend of quiet loops without an end. Of winter runs no cameras catch, of summer heat that humbles match. The game grew longer than I thought. The long game runner thinks in years, not in applause or sudden cheers. The long game runner knows the art of pacing mind as well as heart. Not every day is meant to win. Some days are built just to stay in. I'm a long game runner built to last, not chasing shadows from the past. I'm a long game runner step by step, through quiet miles and honest sweat. I'm a long game runner, not a spark, but a steady flame in the dark. I've watched the fast ones rise and fade, seen bright careers briefly display. No shame in speed, I still respect the fearless youth, the bold effect. But I'm building something wide, a road that years can still provide, a rhythm older than the race. Longevity is quiet power, brick by brick, hour by hour, restraint is strength, patience too, knowing when to not pursue. The long game runner reads the frame and doesn't play a shorter game. I'm a long game runner, years ahead, not just chasing one bright thread. I'm a long game runner, still in stride, through changing pace and shifting tide. I'm a long game runner, calm and clear, choosing miles year after year. One day speed will soften more, that's the truth I can't ignore. But if I'm still lacing shoes, still choosing runs, I didn't lose. The scoreboard fades, but this remains a life shaped through quiet lanes. I'm a long game runner, that's my way, not just today, but every day. I'm a long game runner, still becoming, still learning, still running. I'm a long game runner, and that's enough for the story I'm building. Not the fastest, still in the race.
I used to count my worth in finish lines and fire how close I came to something higher. How loud the crowd, how sharp the split, how hard I pushed when I committed. But now fades fast and peaks are thin. A moment wins, then time moves in, and what remains is not the spark. It's the Tuesdays no one names, the quiet miles without a claim, the winter mornings dark and plain, the easy runs through light rain. It's not one race that made the mark, it's showing up after the spark again and again. A longer story doesn't rush, it outlasts the early crush. It's not obsessed with one bright day, it builds a path that doesn't sway. It's patience woven into pace, it's learning how to hold your place. I want a longer story, not a faster start, not a blazing headline that falls apart. I want a longer story, one that grows through steady miles and quieter lows. I want a longer story built to stay, not just win and fade away. There was a time I chased the edge, cut recovery short for a pledge. I thought endurance meant intensity, now I see it's consistency. I used to run to prove I could, now I run because it's good, because it fits the life I live. Speed is thrilling and I respect the hunger of youth, the pure effect. But I'm building something slow, a rhythm only years can grow. Less explosion, more return, less crash and burn, more earn and learn. I want a longer story that doesn't end when splits decline or goals amend. I want a longer story that I can keep through aging legs and altered sleep. I want a longer story that feels like mine, not borrowed glory frozen in time. One day the numbers will not impress, the watch will show a little less. But if I'm still lacing shoes, still choosing miles I didn't lose, the story grows beyond a pace, beyond a date, beyond a race. A life, the story is what I run, not just for now, but for the long sum. A longer story is how I win by staying in. A longer story, quiet and true, not the fastest chapter, but the one I'll keep reading through. Not a moment, a lifetime, you. There was a version of me that flew without thought, no pace and plan, just push and fought. Splits were sharp, legs were wild, pain was fuel, I ran like a child. Recovery meant see you tomorrow, no fear of strain, no borrowed sorrow. Back then speed was easy earned, before I learned what it burned. I remember the stride, the reckless confidence I used to ride. No hesitation, no careful frame, every run a proving game. And sometimes now when I toe the line, the younger shadow runs beside mine. Still fast, still loud. He doesn't feel what I feel now. He never learned to measure how to hold back, to read fatigue, to think in years, not just in league. He ran to win, I run to stay. He chased the day, I build the way. I'm not faster than I was, but I'm stronger in a different way. Less explosion, more display. I'm not faster than I was, but I don't break the same. I don't chase every flame. Oh, I'm not faster than I was, but I know the cost of winning small and losing lost. The younger me would search too soon, burn the match before high noon. Chase the pack, ignore the sign, run on pride, cross the line. And sometimes it looks so right, a brilliant short-lived fight. But now I read the subtle cue, the breath that says be true. Speed fades, that's honest talk, but wisdom grows in how I walk, and how I warm, and how I stop, and how I choose not every drop. There's courage in restraining range, in letting goals evolve and change. I'm not faster than I was, but I know the cost of winning small. Subtle cue, the breath that says be true. Speed fades, that's honest talk, but wisdom grows in how I walk, and how I warm, and how I stop, and how I choose not every drop. There's courage in restraining range, in letting goals evolve and change. I'm not faster than I was, but I last much longer. Less chaotic, far stronger. I'm not faster than I was, but I understand what it means to hold a plan. I'm not faster than I was, but I don't need to be. I don't race him, he ran for me. Sometimes mid-run he pulls ahead, that younger ghost inside my head. He says, remember what you could do, and I reply, I still do, just differently, just with care, just with fewer unplanned repairs. I'm not faster than I was, but I'm still here, still choosing year by year. okay, because I didn't run away. He was fast, I am steady. Same road, same turn, same quiet block, same steady rhythm on the watch. The weather didn't shift, the route didn't glow, no sudden breakthrough, no visible show, no headline mile, no shattered wall, just another run that felt small. If someone filmed it, they'd see the same, but inside something wasn't framed. I didn't go faster, didn't go far, didn't feel stronger, raise the bar, but I didn't bargain with quitting either. Didn't look down, didn't retreat neither. I held the line without the spark, stayed with breath through the dark, and that felt different. Nothing changed on the outside view, no dramatic split, no something new, but something subtle under the skin shifted quiet from within. Less proving, more knowing, less chasing, more going. Nothing changed, but I did. I stayed when the fire was almost hid. Nothing changed, but I grew in the space between should and true. Nothing changed on the page, but I handle the same road with a different age. I used to need the proof in ink, a faster time to help me think. I used to measure worth and gain in louder winds and sharper strain. Now I notice smaller shifts, like how my breath no longer drifts, like how I don't panic mid-run when pace feels tight and legs feel done. It's not explosive, it's not grand, it's a steadier grip on hand. It's knowing I'll be back tomorrow, even if today felt hollow. It's choosing long over loud and being fine without a crowd. Nothing changed, but I stood in the same place and understood. Nothing changed, but I stayed without the need to escalate. Nothing changed, but something settled, less easily shaken, less easily rattled. Months from now, race day strain, when splits don't match the hopeful brain. It won't be some miracle run that keeps me moving when the pack is gone. It'll be this shift, this quiet frame, where I stop playing the same game and learn to run. Nothing changed, but I did, not in noise, but in how I lived. Nothing changed, but I chose to keep my center when effort rose. Nothing changed on the map, but inside there was no going back. Same road, different runner. It never trended, it never shined, no sudden spike on any timeline. Just days that looked almost the same, shoes by the door where the no name, mile after mile, unremarked. No fireworks, no bold remark, but repetition left a trace in muscle memory and quiet pace. No breakthrough headline, no viral proof, just ceiling lights and worn out roof. Breathing rhythm, footfalls plain, some days steady, some in strain. The clock didn't clap, the road didn't care, but something deeper was forming there. Under boredom, under doubt, under every maybe sit this out. Consistency isn't loud, it doesn't roar, it's the habit of walking out the door. It's not the day that changed your life, it's choosing again. After friction and strife, it's the miles that didn't glow that taught your body how to go. Consistency has a story, not dramatic, not grand. It's written in repetition, you barely plan. Consistency has a story, it's quiet and slow, built in the days no one would know. Consistency has a story, No new splits, nothing improved. Doubt got louder, progress thin. But I kept lacing my shoes again. Not because I felt inspired, not because I wasn't tired, but because the simple act of showing up was a fact. It's not heroic, it's not rare, it's just staying when you could not care. It's restraint when ego flares, it's pacing through long repairs. The body adapts to steady load, not to one explosive mode. Consistency has a story. It doesn't scream, it survives the days that kill the dream. Consistency has a story, it doesn't rush, it outlasts the early push. Consistency has a story, it holds the frame when hype burns out and fades to name. Years from now, race day tight, when pace bites midway through the fight. It won't be one perfect run that carries me when the crowd is done. It'll be the normal weeks, the quiet repeats, the steady streaks, the work that stayed when nothing shone. Consistency has a story, I understand. It wasn't loud, but it was planned. Consistency has a story, brick by brick, not flashy, not quick. Consistency has a story and it's mine, even when it looked like nothing. The first smiles were polite, conversation pace, form looked clean, breathe had space, shoes felt light, clock felt kind, every split reassured my mind. It all made sense on paper and screen, exactly what I'd planned to be. But somewhere past the comfort zone, the noise got quiet, I was alone. No more freshness, no easy rhythm, just friction building in the system. Stride shortened, jaw got tight, the road stopped being polite. This is the part no one posts, not the highlight people toast. This is the middle without applause, where effort shows its tiny flaws. Momentum, the hard ones build belief. When pace feels heavier than relief, it's not collapse, it's not collapse, it's not collapse. It's choice between that's enough and a quieter voice. After the easy ones, the work begins. No medals handed for second wins. After the easy ones, you meet your frame, not your speed, not your name. After the easy ones, it's just you there, breath uneven but still aware. This is where you stop performing, stop pretending you're transforming. It's slower now but somehow truer, not spectacular, just steadier, newer. You stop chasing the early glow and start respecting what you know. That progress isn't a sudden leap, it's what you hold when it gets deep. I've been here before, this narrowing lane, where ego whispers, why this strain? But I've learned the cost of shine that fades by mile number 9. So I choose margin over myth, choose long-term legs over quick uplift. After the easy ones, pace feels thin, but character steps in. After the easy ones, no drama left, just steady hands on what's been kept. After the easy ones, I don't explode, I stay inside my chosen load. Months from now, race day tight, when the pack moves out of sight. It won't be the early comfort and flow that carries me when lungs stretch, uncelebrated, where staying calm was self-created. The part I didn't brag about but built my edge from quiet doubt. After the easy ones, I don't shine, I don't surge, I hold the line. After the easy ones, I stay composed, not because the road was closed. After the easy ones, I understand it's not about a faster plan, it's about still standing.